Finding alligator on sonar? Oh my. Well, that's exactly what Pat was doing. He was getting ready to go alligator hunting in Louisiana, and he sent me this image, and you can kind of see the outline of an alligator. He said that he saw it surface and he saw it go under and turned around and went back over it and got that image. So, what do you guys think? Did he capture that alligator pretty good, or was that just a log? He also sent me some other images where he knew it was logs, and I'd like to get some feedback and see what you guys think. Now, this next picture was sent to me by Jason, and Jason was wondering if you look at the left, you can see that round sonar shadow, and he was wondering, could that be the fish that you can kind of see underneath the boat, or that object underneath the boat in the center? So let's get some feedback for Jason on that in the comments. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the polls this month. And first off, what surefire holiday gift could you get somebody for under $50 other than a gift card? So we all know fishermen, the easiest thing to do is go buy them a gift card. But sometimes that's just not, personal enough. I was a little bit curious, and believe it or not, digital fish scale was number one. I gotta agree with that. I mean, who couldn't use an extra scale to throw in their kayak, their boat? That'd be a great gift, and they're not that expensive. The real nice ones, like the Rapalas, they're only about $50, so that'd be a great gift. Coming in second was a water-resistant hoodie, and that's my top pick. As you notice, I wear hoodies all the time. I like the way they look, and when I'm going down through the water, flip that up, cinch that down, and I don't have to worry about my hat blowing off. Although, I will say, at 70 miles an hour, I lost a hat with my hoodie on. It blew everything all the way off. So it can happen at really high speeds. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. And this one's a little controversial. I said, with fall cranking in full swing, what is your favorite hardbait manufacturer? Square bill lipless, deep divers, jerk baits, and leave other in comments. And I did something on purpose. I left Guggen and Rapala off of there. And sure enough, if you look on the other 20%, Pala and Guggen. And Bomber is a good lure. I just bought some of those off of LureNet. And then, of course, you got Hedden and Smithwick. And those kind of round them all up. But I didn't want to put 10 options on there. But I did leave Rapala and Guggen off there just to see how many of y'all would vote for them. All right, and this next one, you see all over the place. Which braid to leader knot do you currently use? Currently, it depends. I got to admit, if I'm out on the boat and I got to tie a quick leader on, I fall back to a uni knot. And that's mainly because I started out as a fly fisherman, so to add tippet, you use that double uni because it's normally mono to mono, and it's a real quick knot to tie, but it is kind of big. Lately, I've been using the Alberto knot. I haven't learned how to tie the FG knot yet, but the Alberto knot is actually pretty easy to tie, and I would encourage you guys to go ahead, if you're not using that knot, to start trying it. So by far, most of you are like me, 56% use the double uni knot, and then FG knot was running in there at second place. So anyway, I would encourage you, if you're using a double uni, to look at the FG knot, to look at the Alberto knot, because they are quite a bit thinner in profile and they come through the guides a lot easier. And a lot of these rods are coming in now with these micro guides. And if you're going to use a micro guide with a braid to fluoro or a braid to mono knot, it's going to be too big to fit through those micro guides very well. All right, what do we got up next? Okay, lithium battery, and I did a video on this one. And I'll tell you what, before you run out and buy a lithium battery, take a look at that video that I put out. It's not very old. You shouldn't have to go down very far. But I did a deep dive on that, and I found some interesting facts. Anyway, in the poll I asked, which statement below is false when it comes to replacing traditional batteries with lithium ion batteries? At 41%, we got, I can get up to twice as much power from a lithium ion battery. And that is not false. As a matter of fact, you can get a lot more power with a lithium ion battery. So 41% said I can get twice the power from a lithium ion battery. And that's true and false, because it is false that you can get burst power, which is the maximum available power for 30 seconds. A lithium ion does not put out near as much burst power as a normal lead acid battery does. But when you're talking amp hours and talking real power, power that you can use, you get a lot more power from a lithium ion. The second question there, I can replace both my trolling motor battery and my cranking battery with lithium ion. Again, it's false to a certain degree. If you have a smaller engine that doesn't require as much starting power, they do make a general purpose lithium ion, but it's limited to about 200 amps of burst power. And that's not a whole lot if you're trying to start a big 200, 250 horsepower motor. So you wouldn't be able to use it. So that's the one that I would say is definitely false. Obviously, I can reduce the weight of the batteries using lithium batteries. Yeah, that's very true. Lithium ion batteries are a lot lighter, and lithium batteries are maintenance free. And I had a lot of fun doing that video. I did a lot of research for that. All right, next question. If you could only have one type of fishing main line of your choice on every reel you own, which would it be? And 60% braid. Yeah, because braid you can always tie on a leader. So that's what I would vote for. If I could only have one type of line, it would be braid. Coming in second was fluorocarbon and then monofilament. All right, next question. If I could make a good living in the fishing industry, I'd work as a, and 41% of you said, nope, I'm good. I don't want to ruin my favorite hobby. That's what got me thinking about posing that question is, believe it or not, at one point in time, I was a world-class archer. And I even tried out for the Olympic team at one point. I ended up turning that into a job. I had some land in Colorado. I set up a 3D archery course and set up a shop, tried to make a run at it. And you know what? When it got all done, I never picked a bow up again. I got 8 or 9 of them sitting up there in my garage right now that I haven't shot for 30 years. So, yeah, I would agree. Trying to take a really good hobby and turn it into a business can definitely ruin it. And I've seen that a little bit even with this channel, that I'm not doing as much fishing as I normally would because I'm worried about the camera setup and all that. I would encourage you to always think about that. If you have something you're passionate about and that you love, before you turn it into a business, think about that. All right, next question. All right, it's been a tough day on the water. You've hit your honey holes twice. You've made your milk run all the way around the lake. What are you going to do? 41% of you. I'm going to get on my sonar. I'm going to start looking. I'm going to do some vertical fishing, jigging, and see if I can pick something off the bottom. Coming in second was slow down, pick apart every bush, stick with your favorite bait, and then go to cranking. There's got to be a bite there somewhere. And I'll admit, a lot of times, that's what I do, especially in the summertime. I just get on the trolling motor and I start working the bank because there's always going to be a few fish up shallow. All right, and the last question, this was for me as a content creator. I wanted to see what kind of boats that most of y'all are fishing out of. And so I put, what type of watercraft do you primarily fish out of? And 53%, 17 foot or larger, I expected that. And 30% with a motor less than 17 foot, 15% out of a kayak, bass buggy, or twin troller, something like that. And we got a few that fish the bank, and that's cool. Hey, for you guys, do you know Garmin has a castable sonar unit? Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's an app that goes on your phone. It's like 180 bucks. All right, so don't forget, guys, on Mondays, I post one of these questions on the community tab, and it should be showing up on your homepage also. So go ahead, get on there on Mondays, cast your vote. Having a lot of fun doing these. And you know what? We'll see you on the next one.